right. Well, should they do Instagram for kids? That's going to be interesting. Also, if you got to wear a mask in school, can you now not wear Jesus Loves Me masks in school? We'll get into this one story. Plus, also Game of Thrones. Well, are they going to redo the finale?
Wow.
We'll get into that one, Bay. Also, did you guys see the one about the cops in Georgia pepper spraying the Latino guy in the army? Oh, wait till I show you this one.
Virginia,
He's suing. Was it Virginia?
Yeah, it was Virginia.
We'll get into it all here today on the Joe Padula Show. Absolutely.
He doesn't wonder what it's like on the ground in Afghanistan. He's been there, serving our country and defending Lady Liberty.
Absolutely.
It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's Conversation.
Bum, 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 bum. This is big at the college games now. It got big. Seven Nation Army took off. I mean, the song by the White Stripes originally. This is the Glitch Mob dubstep remix. You know, dubstep. It's like what people hear when they are doing whippets.
In a laundromat.
You know, whippets.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm acquainted.
Whippets. And so over in I'm thinking it was Italy where it really took off, where the crowds would start chanting, oh, 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 oh. I don't know if they were tomahawk chopping, but I was just doing that. Right. Oh, 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 oh. And then boom. And then I think the college that like saw this happening was Ohio State, the Buckeyes. And then all of a sudden, like, you know what? We're going to start doing that at all our sporting events.
That sounds like the Seminoles.
I was about to say
chant.
Florida State, yeah.
Well, I think
similar.
I think they got the theirs is the ho 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 ho,
Not
which
quite.
I think all their women are offended by being called that. Are we still on? All right,
Not for long.
not for long. What's up, Bay?
Not much.
Good to see you, Bay.
Nice to see you too, sir.
I see you got your Screaming Eagle shirt on.
Yes, I do.
Showing some Fort Campbell pride right there. 101st, baby.
Air salt.
Aerosol.
The side of the Brady Bunch, it appears.
Right? Well, I think it's more like a who was that artist? The one that did the four different boxes for each picture.
Yeah, this Campbell Soup guy, Andy Warhol, I believe.
Warhol.
Yeah,
That's
Andy
the
Warhol.
one. That's the one. Very nice, Eric. What's up, Red Pill Jen?
What is going on?
Game of Thrones. You never seen it?
I never did. I don't. It's not because I wasn't interested. Just because I didn't have HBO.
Okay, understood. But
So yeah, I did a lot of reading to figure it out for today.
looking forward to if they're gonna bring back Game of Thrones.
I hope not.
Bay, but a lot of people complained about that last episode.
They be
know.
okay, just like life.
Okay.
I mean, Bay has a point there.
You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying?
Yeah.
They gonna mess it up. I'm telling you. Leave it alone.
How many shows have they went and redone? I mean, like...
Eric,
just-
wouldn't you have rather have seen a different alternative ending to Sopranos? Right?
Good points.
Like they kick in the door and they spray everybody.
Anything but
More
just
than-
a blank black screen would have been nice.
Would have been nice.
But then again, I would have liked them to not have killed Joe Pesci in Goodfellas.
Spoiler alert.
From who?
Come on, man.
For who? He
Yeah, the
said.
song came out, or that movie came out like 1996.
Right.
Come on.
Goodfellas came out in 91? 1990?
That was close.
Wow.
Isn't that great? Alexa, what year did the movie Goodfellas come out?
Please say 96.
I think 93.
It's
No, it was
The
definitely
film
before
Goodfellas was
96.
released about 31 years ago on September 21st, 1990.
90.
Oh my god.
She had to go there and say about 31 years
Yeah.
ago.
Wow.
The first Metallica
We just got
album was
smacked by Alexa.
George, were you even born then?
No.
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 Oh man, 1990, boy.
Damn.
released. It was a good year.
Wow. Goodfellas
It
was
was fun.
great.
It was a good movie.
What's the best mob movie ever?
Ooh,
Mob,
Best. Let's not even go mob. Let's go
gangster, what?
gangster criminal underground movie.
Oh, man.
What? That's a
I'm
couple.
going-
of
Because
them.
now you're putting the triads in the mix.
Okay, Godfather series is out. That's in its own category.
How about the best Mario
thank you.
Puzo movie?
What?
Nah, the one.
The guy from
The guy who made the,
Saved by the Bell.
no, the guy who freaking made
Oh,
the
that's
Godfather.
Mario Lopez. Sorry.
Yeah,
No,
Mario.
the one-
Mario.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mario.
Mario.
The one. John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo.
Empire. That was a good one.
Okay, it was all right.
That was a good.
It
one.
was good. Not the best. I mean,
Nah, it was
Casino's
good.
up there.
Yeah, Casinos.
I got one for you.
Goodfellas.
Scarface a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's yours, Red Pill Jen?
A Bronx Tale.
I was just about
Bronx
to say
Tale
that.
is
That
good.
is such a killer movie.
It really
I was
is.
just-
Now it's not the best, but one that I liked was I think it's called Get Rich or Die Trying, the 50 Cent
Is it
story.
really a mob movie?
That's not really a
I mean,
mob
I wouldn't say a
movie.
mob,
No.
but no.
Maybe a gang
But,
movie,
yeah,
but
that's
not a
what I
mob
was
movie.
going
Sugar
with.
Hill was a good one.
Ooh.
The that 50 Cent one, I saw it once. The
Yeah.
only problem is there was a bootleg copy, so it was all in. This was overseas.
Korean.
And
No,
then-
no, it was all in Spanish. So I'm reading the subtitles and everything, and it says 50 pesos.
50
Right.
pesos.
You know, King of New York.
King of New York
That
with
was a
Christopher
good one.
Walken was good.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I mean, wow, you New York, right?
You know, deep cover.
But damn it,
New Jack City. That was a good one.
That's another gang one, though.
I didn't care much for Heat when Pacino
Nah.
and De Niro joined forces in one
You-
movie.
It
I-
looked like it was set up to be an amazing movie.
But
maybe
it-
that's part of it.
Because it looked like, but then you get to Washington like,
You know which one? I've only seen part of it because it's so freaking long. It's like 3.5 hours long, I think. But the Irishman.
The Irishman
that
was
was a
great
good
on
one.
Netflix.
Is it good?
They did a nice job with
I
that.
haven't. I've only made it
yeah.
feel like an hour.
I've been wanting to see
Al
that.
Pacino, Joe.
Joe Pesci?
No,
Joe
Joe Padula.
Piscopo?
no.
I wish. Collecting that
I was
royalty.
born in that hospital.
Now they
Joe Piscopo Hospital?
what was they? He played the cop. 50 Cent was in that movie too. Cause they killed 50. It was a pretty good movie. Came out a couple years ago.
What, Pacino? The only problem with Pacino, I liked Pacino when he was higher pitch Pacino years ago, and then all of a sudden he did Son of a Woman, where he played the
Blind dude.
Man.
yeah, and he did really well. He kicked ass, hoo ha. Like I said, you go to a bad school, you think you're a bad man. Well, I'll tell you something else. Bullshit. Right. And everyone loved it, even won an Oscar.
Yeah.
So from then on, he was no longer higher pitch, and like in Godfather. Alfredo, I love you, but don't ever go against the family, right? And
He
then
still played a pretty cool soldier.
And
even
now
though it was
he-
only like 5 seconds. in the
now he
movie.
always has like a southern dialect to his thing, even though he dresses like an Italian, and he wears platforms. He's so short.
Yeah, he's not very tall at all.
He
It's only-
wears these platform shoots. I saw this one scene where like he gets hit and he drops. It was a movie with him, and it was so bad. And you just see his legs go up, and you see like these Prince friggin' platforms.
Friggin' wedges.
And you're like, what the? Oh, what's
Wait.
up, Lawyer Wayne?
The Devil's Advocate was a good one with him.
Yeah.
Devil's
Yeah,
Advocate
that
was
was a
good.
good
All right,
movie.
but again, another one where he does the southern draw, right? What was it? He was the head lawyer. Come on in, Lawyer Wayne. Come on in. Eric, grab the corner. Red Pill Jen, take
I
that
see.
one. Lawyer Wayne, bada bing, bada boom.
This could have went really wrong.
Too
if you
easy.
would've put Jen in the corner.
But yeah. All right, let us know what you think. We got to move forward. The lawyer's in the house. We now can actually go over conversations,
Can I get
and
the
he
Shano booth?
he could keep us in line. No, you got to stand on that one. No, I got the camera moved from there actually.
Thanks, man. This thing's like
Okay. So let me just give you a quick little back brief on. Let's see him. There he is. Oh yeah, yeah. Throw that microphone in front of you, and those headphones you got to. There's a switch on the side you got to turn on. You guys are getting the behind the scenes of the studio, which is coming along pretty well. We're getting there. All right. So this Army officer is suing 2 Virginia police officers after he said that they drew their guns and pepper sprayed him during a traffic stop. This was back in December, but it's coming to light now. There was footage of the incident that was released. The guy's name is Caron Nazario. Why? And it's interesting because the news, they put he's a black and Latino. Okay.
So he by
Oh, I got your mic off. There we go, Eric. Yeah. So yeah, biracial, I guess. But again, I wonder if it was a white guy if they throw he's white in there. But here.
If it was a public shooting, they definitely would.
Here's the setup. So the guy's in a car, okay, big SUV, new SUV, and his license plate is not on the back. It's not displayed on the back.
Okay.
He does have it somewhere in the front windshield, but you got to have something in the back, right?
Correct.
So he gets pulled over. Well, they attempt to pull him over. The man drives 1.5 miles without pulling over while the cops are, woo, woo, woo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's the exact siren noise they use in Virginia, but
Sounds more like Italy, but go ahead.
it sounds like when there's the next girl coming on stage, to be honest, from what I hear. Right. It's the alert at the Cat West. But then this is what takes place. Let's go to the where'd you go? Where'd Eric go? Hold on, I still got your mic off. Say it again. Oh, you got it. There's a power on there. Do you know how to turn it on?
I mean, the green lights are on.
Oh, they're on? Then
Yeah.
yeah, they should be on. Check that mic again, Eric.
I said,
There we go.
He might have it. They did say in the report that he had his four-ways on. He was trying to get to a well-lit area
Uh-huh.
because of all the, the false cops that come out there and
Right.
try to pull you over in the dark.
Okay, so he's trying to get to a where the hell did your camera
He's trying to find a safe space.
That was my question, because isn't it completely legal to put your hazard lights on if you get pulled over?
No, you're supposed to.
No, I mean, until you can find a safe
Yeah.
place to pull, a well-lit place to pull over.
All right, let's take a look at the video.
Yeah, the guy was also a farva. I mean, total farva. They did a felony stop for,
All
not
right,
displaying a
so
license plate.
so they got the van. There it is, the SUV pulled over in a gas station.
Driver, roll the window down.
Felony traffic stop.
Put your hands out the window. Put your hands out the window. Turn the vehicle off. Put your hands out the window.
Now, was he like
tell.
accelerating at an excessive rate, trying to get away from them? Like, is that what they were thinking, or was
Not
he
that I
just,
know.
just
He-
casually driving?
Just didn't pull over.
Okay.
I don't see any flashers on in this video.
Well, it looks like his blinkers on, like he was.
Put your
pulling in.
hands out the window and turn the vehicle off.
Why not just do that? Why not just turn the vehicle off?
Maybe you can't hear.
A lot of people don't do that.
Put your hands out the window.
He's not complying. He's getting a felony stop treatment for
Here-
something he has no idea about.
Here's the thing. And so now he goes to his camera, right? So
Okay.
he's in his army fatigues. He's in his what are the new ones called?
ACSUs?
The OCPs,
OCPs, which stands for
operational camo pattern. I think.
There are no ACUs, but whatever. Looks like he's got a mustache too, which makes me not like him already.
Yeah,
Just
he-
to be honest, okay, I'm gonna be honest.
I mean, he's definitely a poke.
Listen,
Support the troops, Joe.
I
Support
take
the troops.
Well, here's the thing.
Troops can have a mustache.
I take this one as
Cop probably has a mustache.
as a guy who served and put on the uniform. I take this a little bit more to heart than I would with other scenarios. Do you know what I mean?
Why is that?
Because I picture myself, if I'm in this person's shoes, I always, in every situation, put myself in that person's shoes. So
Yes.
now I'm putting myself in this person's shoes, and I'm in this person's uniform.
I thought you were talking about the mustache, that you put yourself in
That's
that
what I say,
position. That's
yeah,
why I
if
said,
he
why
was
is
in that guy's
that?
position.
And that's another thing.
Yeah, no,
I'd be, you'd see a viral video of me yanking out those snot grabbing hairs.
Yeah.
Come around your side.
Let me see your hands.
Look at the face, okay?
He
Look at
looks-
the face,
Looks spiteful.
right? Bear in mind, this guy is a second lieutenant, but a bar.
Oh, geez.
Do you know what that means, anyone?
No, see, I don't
do
know.
not.
That means,
The lowest of the low. when
hi,
it comes to
Army, I just got
officers.
here.
So like
yeah.
PV1, PV2.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
Oh,
the,
No, no,
Okay,
no, no.
I know what
PV,
that is.
PV1.
it's
yes.
the PV1 of the Army
Yes.
officer side.
Okay, I know what that is. All right.
Okay.
Fuzzy.
And then on top of it, and again, I'm playing the veteran watching this. I'm not playing the, your regular citizen, public civilian.
Civilian. Yeah.
But no deployment patch either.
Yeah, slick sleeve, yeah.
On the right arm. Slick sleeve. Very good.
Also,
Chewing the gum.
Out occupants are in the vehicle?
That Farva guy that's yelling right now, he's a veteran.
Yeah. Okay. So the cop that's yelling is a
How
veteran.
many occupants are in the vehicle?
No occupants, but he does have a dog and a gun.
Dun dun dun.
Every veteran ever.
What's going on?
How many occupants are in your vehicle?
It's only myself. Why are your weapons drawn? What's going on?
Open the door slowly and step out. Open the door.
Sir, I had to call him sir because I was enlisted and he's an officer.
That's correct.
Sir, I recommend you get the F out of the car and talk to this guy.
Yeah.
This is my thing with traffic stops. Like, don't get me wrong. I hate being harassed by police officers also. But
Absolutely.
if you
With
just
your
do
tinted windows.
if you just do what they say, it'll go so much more smoothly for you.
If reasonably, and yes, you were being lit up for 1.5 miles, there
Yes.
is reason for concern.
Yes.
There was a video that just got released too of a New Mexico police officer who made a traffic stop. Guy gets out of the car, blows his head away with semi-automatic friggin' rifle. Traffic stops have got to be the worst thing a cop can be going through at nighttime, especially you're walking up, you don't know what the hell's going on in there. You don't know what's in there. And now all of a sudden, you're trying to gain control.
I'm not getting out the vehicle. What's going on?
Get out of the car.
Like, this guy answers to a chain of command. He knows chain of command in the military, or at least he's supposed
but
to.
He's also got a self of inflation there because for some reason officers think the outranks are majors.
Well, that, but also he knows that SOPs are a thing. So he knows that
Standard
these
operating procedures.
Yes, I'm sorry for those that are non-ex-military.
I got your acronyms.
So he knows that these police officers have, things that they have to do in a certain order that they have to do them. So he should know that this is what those police officers are trained to do in this specific situation.
Here's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get his 15 minutes. Get my name out there.
I would agree.
I thought the same thing. That he's setting this up for a viral video.
He probably also thinks, I'm in the military. Those cops aren't going to do anything to me. You know what I mean?
This guy, I'm not even calling him sir anymore. I'm a civilian now. Okay? This guy who is embarrassing. Like, imagine he goes back to his unit. Okay?
Like a dog with his tail between his legs.
This tough guy, never deployed, chewing the gum. Yeah, man. Get the hell out of my uniform, pal. Seriously, you're an embarrassment. That's just my opinion.
No, I agree.
Open the door slowly and get out.
I don't care what color you are. Okay? I don't care if you're Latino and I got to throw the word black in there to make the headlines. I don't care. I don't care if this was an Asian guy, a white guy. I don't care if this was a friggin' too much spray tan guy. Okay? There's a certain way you act when you wear the uniform. Because right now you're embarrassing.
What's going on?
Get out of the car now.
Idiot.
Open the door and get out of the car.
Huh?
He just looks like a petulant child.
Tell me about the rabbits, George.
The look on his face, he just looks.
Hold.
Okay, so there's they're approaching now the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the command hold, right, from the police aspect. You guys know what that is?
Yeah.
That's one guy.
Stand fast.
Yeah, yes. Stand down. The one guy's holding, and he's approaching. The other guy's approaching.
Keep your hands outside the window. Keep your hands outside the window.
My hands are right here. What's going on?
Yeah, he's doing, in case you can't see, he's doing the arm, like the elbow, like my dad used to drive when he was comfortable.
Yeah.
Okay, out the window. This is really a spit in the face.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Get out of the car now.
And this guy's suing these cops. Wait, it gets even better.
Get out of the car.
What's
now.
going on?
Get out of the car now.
Chewing the gum.
Get out.
That goatee can't be regulation.
It's not.
This guy's National Guard.
He's
I'm
a
guessing.
paper pusher.
Nothing against National Guard, nasty girl, NG. Okay, nothing against it. That's just army stuff.
Get out of the car now.
I've had to train some of them.
Oh,
Yeah,
These
now,
military
on the
guys
thing,
are awful
with the
judgmental
cops-
about other military guys.
Only with military guys, Lawyer Wayne.
I'm serving this country, and this is how I'm treated.
Oh my!
He did not just pull that
Where's
card.
my 10%?
He just Reese Witherspoon.
Oh
Do
my
you know who
gosh.
I am? I'm Reese Witherspoon.
I remember that.
But on the same,
Yeah.
well, like if you go on the devil's advocate side,
Yeah.
if I'm following this guy
Mm-hmm.
and he has his hazards on while I'm flashing him up, I'm already thinking in the back of my head, all right, he's looking for a safe place because obviously Virginia's dark. Back road.
Absolutely.
I'm not
He also
gonna
could have
escalate-
called. He also could have called 911 while driving there to let the cops know. I mean, as a military
could've.
person, he could have. You know, hey, yes.
But the thing is, how many times has he dealt with the police? You
Well,
got
how many times has the police dealt
No
with him?
clue.
That's what I'm
You know
trying to
what
go
I'm
at. Why
Uh-huh.
didn't the cop just like not escalate it all the way to a felony stop? I mean, if you're looking at it from the cop side, he's making the whole department look bad. He just cost him like $5 million because he wanted to play Officer Farva. I
Yeah,
mean,
but at the same time, this guy, he goes back to his unit.
Well,
he
and-
is going to be the
but-
joke for his career's done.
But then again,
military-wise,
you
unless
also-
he plays that victim card.
You also got to think there is no tag on the vehicle, and the windows are tinted,
Yeah.
and it's black.
So the officer can't run the tag to find out if this guy's got any felony
know what I'm saying?
warrants. So
I
he's
was-
got to assume that it's a felony stop.
We know because Joe told us at the start.
Yeah.
There's no tag on the vehicle because it was recently purchased, and that there was a tag on the front. Cops don't know that until they get in front of it.
Right.
Guess what? I'm a veteran too. I don't know, babe.
That's
Get
not-
out of the car.
I love that
What's
That was
response.
kind of
going
Get
real.
out of the car now.
What's going on is you need to
What's
get out of the
going
car.
on?
That's
What's
what's
going
going
on?
on.
You're fixing to ride the lightning, son.
that shouldn't have been said. That's out of range.
Damn, that's
That
a
is
threat.
that's
Yeah.
not a lie, but that's,
That's
funny.
a threat.
That
That's a threat.
No, I would not say no.
Fixing to ride the
No,
light.
no, that is-
That's
that's,
a rip right
that's a
there.
taser reference.
Yes.
That is a taser
That's
reference.
a taser reference.
No,
And the
that-
Southern folks, you cannot speak like that.
That is one ex-military person talking to another military person in a language that they will understand in reference to how serious this situation is about
But
to
then
get.
again, this is civilian territory.
But he
this
said
is not.
he
This is
said-
not on the post.
But the cop said that he's an ex-veteran because this guy's trying to pull the whole I'm serving
but,
this country
but
card.
the thing is, this is not a military situation.
Do you think he's trying to relate to him by speaking
I
military?
think so.
It could be.
Military tough guy language.
I don't. I
No?
think he at this point, if he was talking in a voice that was polite, or something like that, yeah, maybe. But at this point, I think the cop is just so freaking infuriated that he just spewed out the first thing he thought, which was
Do you
that.
think if the cop would have said, "Hey, hey, man, get your hands out the window. There's no license plate in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He should have said that.
Where is it?"
He's
I-
told
yeah.
he's told him several times to get out, and he
Right.
said, "No, I'm not getting out."
Right.
Why not? Well, that's when the cop starts getting suspicious. They're both escalating this situation.
Yep.
Yeah, and in hindsight, 2020, we would have said, "Well, there's a bunch of different things you could have done."
Do you think the cop should have asked why not?
It's why aren't you getting out of the car? Cops aren't trained to ask why.
Well-
They're trained to,
Well, and
Yeah.
the guy
Get
was
out of the car.
asking, but he's not speaking that loudly. That's the thing. So I don't think the officer could hear him saying
let's go
what's
back.
going on.
He goes, what? Ask, tell, make.
All right, you're gonna ride the
Get out
light.
of the car now.
What's going
Get out of the
on?
car now.
Still being a defiant tough guy. I really don't like this guy.
But my thing
I really
is,
don't, especially in the
trying to say
uniform.
it
his
Camera
hands
view.
up though.
Yeah.
His
Now
hands up.
now that they're getting close.
Now that he sees the taser.
Right.
yeah.
Well, he let him know, hey, my hands are up.
But they are
I'm
now.
not, but your hands are gonna go up because to let people know I'm not doing nothing. My hands are
Uh-huh.
up. Don't shoot me.
But what about the other 20 times he said, get out of the car, put your hands out? I get what you're saying completely.
But
But,
at first you see how far that they was.
But
Yeah.
get this.
Now
though.
they right up on.
At the same time, and this is Monday morning quarterbacking because now we know some of the information. The gun that's in the where the driver's side is on the door, it's in that little pocket there. Okay.
yeah.
What if it was a guy that wasn't a little pussy like this guy, okay, who had something to prove there? Easy access to the gun. I get why the cops are afraid. I get why this guy's afraid. But don't act like a tough guy. Hold on.
Also, with the cops, the guy in the back, the dude who's trying to provide, I don't know, freaking fatal funnel cover. Why? I don't know. He should be on the other side.
Right.
That's normal strategy right there to make sure there is nobody hiding in the back seat
Yeah.
or on the side. You get that whole different view of the panel.
Car.
Sir, just get out of the car. Work with us and we'll talk to you. Get out the car.
You received an order. Obey it.
I'm honestly afraid to get out. Can I?
Yeah, you
actually-
The cop opening the door is the Marine corporal, correct? The former Marine corporal. I believe.
I'm not sure. I didn't.
I believe
I
that
don't know.
is. Go figure. The overweight one's the Marine.
AR 670-1 right there, huh?
Okay. Come on, what? Who?
All right, Joe. Out of the two,
Is that a microaggression, Lawyer Wayne?
Joe?
Could be.
Out of the Marine veteran
Mm-hmm.
cop and the weird mustache PV1, which one do you dislike the most?
I really don't like the Farva. How about you?
I don't care much for how this cop is acting.
But look
To be
at what
honest
he's
with you,
wearing,
but-
Joe,
but-
compared to his partner.
but,
That dude's got all the pouches.
I hear you, but at the
Freaking
same
weirdo.
time,
He was a Marine.
I go over what is happening in the news, and I'm watching, cops being targeted, and I see media telling me who is being targeted, and then I actually look at the stats, and I look at the footage myself. I'm favoring the cop on this situation.
The only cop.
Only because he's in the uniform. The guy in the car is in the uniform, and he is not doing it justice, and
Yes.
he's making soldiers look like a-holes who are also being targeted.
So if he was wearing civilian clothing, you'd feel different about the attitude? I'm just asking.
No,
curious.
I wouldn't be as passionate.
Because
Okay,
ain't there a
I agree.
saying, if you still in uniform, you still got to...
You're still representing.
Yeah. Yes.
You really are. And man, I'm serious. When I raise my right hand, I fucking mean it. This guy, I don't know why the hell he joined the service.
Free college, dude.
Free mustaches.
I will say, I think he has a shave profile because he's got a little bit under
Oh.
his lip and like right there on his
you
chin.
shave profile.
Yeah, he's one of those guys.
Okay, so a shave profile is where these weak people get an excuse to grow facial hair.
What?
I'll go so far as to say
Wait a minute.
non-white people, because if you're
Wait a minute. Why do
I'm
you-
serious though.
I can cover for this.
Okay, fill me in.
I can't save every day.
Why not?
If I save every day, I get razor bump.
That's why.
And that stuff get no.
That's really bad
What's
English.
a shave profile? What is this?
Okay, so
It means when you can't shave.
When you shave every day,
It's like a get
for-
out of
for
jail
some-
free card to not
for-
have to shave.
For some people, it
get-
really aggravates
we get
them when they
ingrown-
shave every day.
we
They'll
get
get ingrown
ingrown
hairs
hairs.
or
Well, it
that's
aggravates
stuff.
me every time I shave. That's why I don't.
Nair.
So if I go in
Okay.
the military, I
Nair
can,
your face.
I can say, hey, I don't want
Don't
to
nair
shave because
your
it irritates me.
Well, also,
got-
man, you're kind of lacking the melanin to get a shave profile. I've seen guys who really needed it.
Yeah.
That were light in skin tone. They didn't get it.
Yep. I tried to get one because they would force me to shave up, and I can't do it because I would get ingrown hairs.
Oh, I
and
tried
stuff.
that. I tried that like
Mm.
once. No, no.
I tried to get it for my pubes. The medic's like, get out of here, kid. Get out. I'm like, you want to take a look?
No.
Back to the cops, though. You got Leon
What's
Kennedy
going
over here.
on? What
Get
did
out
I
the car!
do?
Get out now!
I have not committed any
Look how
crime.
far was
You're being stopped for a traffic violation. You're not cooperating.
Yeah, no, he's holding the gun.
Well,
all
actually,
sideways and whatnot. Come on,
I think that's a taser.
See, this is
Yeah.
another thing.
This
Like
one
it,
right
it
now?
doesn't matter what's
Yeah, that's
going
a
on.
taser.
These dudes are holding gun. These cops are holding guns to you,
Tasers.
telling you to get out of the car. Just get out of the car. For their safety, that's why they want you to get out of the car. They don't know who you are because they can't run your license plate. They don't know what you have in the car. Just get out of the car, and then y'all can talk about it. And this guy, honestly, he probably wouldn't have gotten a ticket or anything, or I don't know what happened.
But the thing is,
it
the,
probably wouldn't have
the
happened.
cops should have said, we're pulling you over because there's no tags on your on
Yes.
the car.
So I'm in agreement with that too, because right when we started the video,
Because-
it's the mile and a half afterwards, and the cop opens his door, gun
Yeah.
is drawn, get out of the car.
Because every time
Yeah.
I get pulled over, that's the first word out of my mouth. What you pulling me over for?
What's
And
Pays
I
at 10
agree.
and 2.
I asked the same thing. However, if I lead a police officer
Yeah.
on a mile and a half long following me for me to pull over somewhere, because it's happened to me also. I've had to get out of my car.
We don't
with a
have the
gun
video
drawn to me.
footage of what happened before this, do we?
no?
Okay, so we've heard that he drove for a mile and a half. We've heard that
It's
he
in
had
the
flashers
it's in the
on,
report. Yeah.
And okay,
See, I've done what Joe suggested before at night when I was concerned as a female, and I've called 911 and I've said hello.
Yeah.
I'm being pulled over, and when I stopped, I showed the officer, had her on speaker, and I said, "See, I've been on phone with dispatch," and
Right.
the cop was fine,
Yeah.
had no issue.
You're under arrest
For a traffic-
You're being detained. Okay, you're being detained for traffic.
It's a good thing he didn't say that arrest part,
See,
or at least he fixed it.
It's too hype right now.
Yeah, it is. Tensions are high.
A traffic violation. I do not have to get out the vehicle. You haven't even told
Really?
me why I'm being stopped.
Really?
Get your hands.
Get out of the car now. Get out of the car.
Get your hands off me,
Get out
please. Get your hands off me.
You know what?
Get your hands off me. Get your hands off me.
Back up
I
there.
didn't do anything.
Lose this.
Don't do that.
Sir, get out of the car.
Oh,
Don't
here comes
do
the
it.
pepper spray. You don't want the pepper spray.
Was it ask, make, tell, right?
No,
Or
but
ask,
out
tell,
of the
make?
3 options that the officer had available, I mean, that's the least severe. Well, I think I'd rather be tased
I'd rather
than
be
pepper
tased.
spray.
I'd rather be
I don't
tased,
know.
yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah.
be tased.
So
Yeah.
look, my
The tase goes away.
Yeah.
Right.
my training in escalation of force is shout, shove, show, shoot.
Okay,
right?
which
so
is?
you shout at the person.
Mm-hmm.
So, for instance, like we were talking about earlier in Walmart, I shout at this person, "Hey, you're too close to me. You need to back up. You're posing a threat to me."
Okay.
Right? If they don't, you shove. You put hands on them. You physically get them, and I mean this applies to different situations. You physically get them away from you, letting them know, "Hey, you need to stop whatever it is you're doing. You need to get away from me." If that doesn't work, you show that you have means to use deadly force on them. Now, obviously, again, it works in different situations. If they are still not complying, then you use that deadly force.
Instead of shout, shove, what was the
Shout, shove, show, shoot.
Instead of shout, shove, shoot, yeah. Start with like hey.
Well, they have it too.
See,
It's
I
called ask,
agree.
Tell, make.
However, in this particular situation, they don't know who it is. They don't know what he's got. You see what I mean?
I know. You're right. You're right. What if it's a bad guy? Do you know what I mean? What if it's a bad guy in the car?
What if this guy just stole this car?
Because this isn't a bad
You know
guy.
what I mean?
Just because I don't like the guy doesn't mean he's not a bad guy. But what if it's a bad guy who's got the gun that's going to kill the cops? Then we're talking about a whole different story here.
You
Or
can get
we're
a
not even
mili-
talking about this one.
You can get a military uniform anywhere too. So who
That's
knows
true.
if the guy's
Well,
even legit?
You can get
military
name
at
tapes
that
made
point.
also.
The approach. The question is, in the circumstances like this, you've got 2 ways to approach the car. You can approach it as a suspect criminal that presents a danger, the unknown, right? No license plate, can't see who's in it, can't see how many people are in it. You know they didn't pull over right away. Do you approach it as a dangerous situation, protecting yourself? Guns out, being careful, get your hands out. I want you out of the vehicle.
Definitely.
Right? Or do you act as if everything is fine until something starts? Right? Because he is, he's probably a nice guy, I assume.
Couldn't there be a middle ground somewhere
He
there?
didn't
though?
steal the car. He's not. Doesn't have a
Right. But here's the thing. Nobody knows that
kidnap
yet.
victims.
See, trust but verify.
Ronald Wilson Reagan. Very good. Here we go.
Hey, get out of the car now.
Don't do. I'm trying to talk
Get
to
out.
you.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I'm gonna
talk.
talk. Get out. Just get out of my
Relax.
car.
Can you please
Get out.
relax? Can
Get
you
out.
please relax?
Get out of the car right now.
This
Now.
is not how you treat a vet.
Don't say that vet word, sir. Don't you dare. You have nothing on your sleeve to prove that.
Come over here. I'll show you how you treat a veteran.
Oh my God, he would. And I'm trying to like this guy. I am trying
give it
to
up.
like.
Once you
this
said
guy.
butter bar and I saw the mustache,
know.
no. Screw
And,
this guy.
and now he
Even
almost
so-
said veteran, which means deployed. By the way, and this guy's never been deployed.
Wait, whoa.
Yeah, that's a
Just
thing.
is it just veteran mean you were in the military?
To
You don't have
to
to-
civilians, yes. Veteran
Right.
means that you were
Yeah,
in the military.
yeah. Let me
To
give you
military
a secret,
personnel.
Okay,
Well,
on
the-
Veterans Day, when I see people going to the restaurants and taking advantage of these great
Yeah.
deals, and there's nothing on their right sleeve, okay, I just go like this. Thank you for your service, kid.
Because you
So-
got your shoulders.
Somebody's got to be fixing the stuff that helps you be deployed, right? Like
Well,
somebody's
yeah.
got to fly those drones and stuff.
Yes, but they can also deploy.
Yes, they
Well,
deployed too.
they
They got to fly
can.
the drones.
But
Needs of
you
the
can
army,
also
baby.
teleconference over Zoom and
Oh
get a
my
lot of stuff
goodness.
done that way.
Oh my God!
Way to be the lawyer.
Cap,
I'm just saying.
Colonel Lawyer Wayne over here. No.
You don't think
Relax.
JAGs are veterans?
No, legal
Jags
deploys.
Yeah,
absolutely.
legal deploy.
That's true.
I mean, who's got to
right.
chapter out those girls who deploy and get pregnant? You know what I mean?
But nowadays they can do it over
It's
Zoom.
got to be legal.
All right.
Get them out.
Get out of the car right now.
This
Now.
is not how you treat a vet. I'm actively serving this country. This is
Yeah,
how
there
you're
you
gonna treat
go.
me. I didn't do anything. Whoa, hold on. What's going? Hold on.
Yeah, was that really even
Watch
necessary
it.
though? He couldn't at least
Oh,
try to
there-
have dialogue and conversation.
He got
before
mad
he
right
went-
there.
There's the spray.
That reminds me what my
Come on,
dog
Fargo.
does when I spray it with a water bottle.
Listen, Eric, I know you're going after this cop thing. Where are you on the guy getting out of the hell of the car?
I'm right now.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look at it from the rookie's perspective. Leon Kennedy, he's trying to do everything right, but then you got this dude who is really basically in our position. He's the veteran.
Yeah.
I don't know why he's going freaking full gun ho.
But
I
here's
mean-
the thing: a corporal in the Marines. This guy didn't go far either. Do you know what I mean?
He's got every
But
single
E3,
drop
E4?
bag
Yeah,
on
yeah,
his freaking pouch.
E4.
there.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
This guy was at E4.
Eric I'm sorry, Eric Eisenhofer's calling you out, Joe.
What's up? Don't be a snob,
Yeah.
Joe. No.
Honorable service equals veteran.
I'm talking about the relations between people within the military community, whether you're active duty or a veteran status, which means you're no longer in the service.
So you're more talking about within the actual
Veterans Day was created. Let's go over the history of it, okay?
Please inform me, Joe.
Veterans Day was created to honor those who deployed and fought in wars overseas.
Yep.
Okay? And then along the way, veterans just mean, hey, thank you for your service. Because back in the day, it used to be if you were in the Army, you went somewhere.
That's a very good point. I mean, honestly, because
Yeah.
especially back when they were being drafted in Vietnam, if, like you said, if you were enlisted, you went to war.
And hey,
period.
if you didn't go overseas or anything, hey, good for you. But you will never have the camaraderie of those individuals who have.
Oh, Joe, rear D. You don't think they don't get close?
Rear D stands for rear detachment, who stayed back.
So-
and there's nothing against the big rear D.
Well,
Right.
and also, just to put it in like Lawyer Wayne, this would be a good example for you. Think about like if you went to law school and you practiced law your whole life and you never ever got to represent a single client.
That just
You see
means
what
he's
I mean?
not a trial lawyer. That doesn't make
Well,
him less
correct.
of a lawyer.
However, like in the military world, if you do your job right, or as an infantryman, the only place that we can do our job is not inside this country. Is when we deploy and we actually do our job. So I know a guy, he just got out after 7 years, never deployed. He and I have the completely different experiences and completely different,
I swear
guess,
to God,
like
if
relationships
if
with
National
people.
Guard gets a deployment patch for going to D.C.
Oh,
I'm
my
gonna-
gosh.
Oh, no.
Oh, they gonna get one.
Oh,
So,
no.
so I'm thinking about
What's
this.
it gonna
from
look
the,
like?
Those garages are freaking cold.
Yeah, that's right. They are cold
What
garages.
Yeah.
about 9/11? What about what about the military
be
who
a
are out there, like for example, on domestic terrorists, like real domestic terrorist scenarios?
That's called CIA and FBI.
Yes.
Well,
Right.
I just want to say
They
that
get paid a lot more than
the
some.
boys. In,
Oh,
don't.
100%.
I just want to say the boys in blue are deployed every day to situations like this.
Exactly.
Now
Preach it, Lawyer
think
Wayne.
now think about this from the cops' perspective. Obviously I hate cops. Cops are the worst. But
Coming from
we
a
all,
lawyer.
we all know that.
He's- he's-
But let's I'm thinking about what
not my opinion.
what their goal is here, right? They have switched gears into this is a danger situation, and their operating procedures, as you would say, probably dictate you don't start negotiating until you have secured the scene.
Absolutely.
And this guy doesn't.
Yes.
We know now in hindsight
Right.
he does in fact have a gun next to him. That they don't know who he is, but they do know that his card has no ID on it.
In the
No
military,
license.
we do not have a key leader engagement, okay?
This-
Until the perimeter secure.
They've
What you
given
just
the
said.
guy
Correct.
They've given the guy orders at gunpoint, get out of the car. He said, "No, I'm not going to do it."
Uh-huh.
There's only a couple of reasons why, and one answer that I don't think is going to go over well with the cops is, I want you to explain to me first why I ought to get out of the car.
To
While
be
you've
honest,
got
though-
your gun drawn, because the answer is because we think you might shoot us if you don't.
I think
Yeah.
if he asked that question,
right?
okay, which he was kind of like, what did I do?
What did I do?
What did I do? If he asked, put his hands out, because him not putting the hands out right in the beginning,
Right.
okay, when the order is put your hands out, put your hands out, put your hands out, on the fourth time when he puts his elbow out,
Yeah.
now that's an FU.
I
You know what
agree.
I mean?
I
now
agree
he's
completely.
an officer. You told me. Is that right? His job is going to be to boss people around.
Oh,
So you got two bosses coming at each other.
Could you imagine trying to take orders from this guy
Well,
from this point on?
I imagine if he gives somebody an order, right, and they say, "Why? What's going on here?"
Right.
I don't know what his response would be, but my suspicion it would be kind of like the officer telling him to get out of the car, and somebody explaining to him why. Because I assume he's going to have to assert his authority at some point.
That's why he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
Very good, Wayne.
You got
That was
two
good.
conflicting people because they're both used to people
Right.
doing what they tell them to do.
No.
Mr.
This guy
Diplomacy.
hasn't told anyone what to do
Well,
yet.
he's
been
supposed to
told,
but
by
he's supposed
officers
to
what
learn.
do.
He's supposed to, I'm sure as an officer in training, he's hoping one of these days I'm going to tell people to jump. They're going to jump.
Well,
He's learned how to
But-
make a good cup of coffee so
But
far.
then
probably.
again, if the cops, this would have said, you ain't got no tags on the back of this vehicle.
Oh,
If they had
agreed.
treated him
Absolutely.
if they had treated him like a boss, he probably would have been real nice to him.
Well, if ands
Yeah,
and butts
but-
were cherries and nuts, we'd all have a Merry Christmas.
And here's the thing: this guy wants to be treated like a boss.
Right.
This guy has, going by his mustache, has never been treated like a boss his entire life. So, and I've seen guys like this join the military, and this is not me being a snob. This is just my observation.
This is factual, yes.
I have seen people join the military service just to be, or at least attempt to be, alpha. To be top dog, to get respect, to walk the streets when they go home in a uniform. That's what I'm guessing on this. Is he's home or something? Because this is December.
He does not appear to have any fear, any respect for the police. No. He's not worried one little bit.
No,
because he feels superior.
No,
to
he
them.
said he's scared. He done said it.
Did he look scared? Because I
chewing that gum, putting that arm out
at gunpoint, you put your arm out. He looks you know, why wasn't he putting his hands out first? Because he was turning his camera on.
Here's
he doesn't look very worried.
Here's what my assessment of this gentleman is. It's Christmas time. He's probably home on Christmas leave, holiday leave.
Block leave.
Leave, okay? My question is, you're home. You're walking around that night. You're going around town at night in your uniform. You are looking for attention.
100%. Laid.
You are looking for kudos. You are looking for, there's young, what the hell's his name? Look at young Caron. He's all grown up. My baby boy. I remember he was shitting the bed. Right.
Probably still is.
And now, well, he's about to shit the bed. Take a look.
That's what I'm saying.
So he sprayed with the pepper spray.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car now!
That's fucked up.
Get out of the car now!
Sir, just get out the car.
I'm trying to breathe.
Get out of the car now!
That's fucked up.
Let me guess, he can't
That's
breathe.
really fucked up.
Get out of the car and get on the ground now! Get it again!
$9 squirt.
I don't even want to reach my seatbelt. Can you?
Take your seatbelt off!
Can you take my seat? Yeah, what a tough guy you turned into,
Yeah.
sir.
Well, no, now he is worried.
To
He's
be
been
fair.
shown
Yeah.
that they will do something.
Yep.
And I wouldn't blame him to be worried. At that point, if you reach down,
Yep.
you gotta be worried.
Yep. Pop, pop,
That's
pop.
an absolute legit concern.
Absolutely.
What if you say, I'm reaching for my seatbelt. I'm reaching
don't-
for my
it don't-
seatbelt.
Well, that's why he's
They-
saying I'd rather
Yep.
you reach down and
Yep.
get it because and he's got a gun
Especially,
too. He knows that.
He
too.
knows he has a gun. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, but
Why
also,
didn't he do that 25 instructions ago?
Yes.
He didn't think it was probably going to go this way.
You
He
know?
probably thought.
And you know why? Because of media.
Yeah.
well,
He thought he was being protected, one, by his color,
Yep.
two, by the uniform.
Yes.
I said it.
Yeah.
and it's on.
Okay?
I would
the
say-
guy
I would
was
say
hiding
uniform before color.
behind race and uniform.
Maybe.
If he was
I'm
really,
telling you.
I
No, that-
agree.
Why he's wearing that uniform at nighttime while he's home on block leave, just guessing. You, sir, are a loser, and I'm sorry you got picked on in high school and forced to do swirlies. That's when you take their head and you put them in the toilet and you flush it.
Flush it.
It never happened to me, nor did I ever do it to anyone. I'm just saying.
Allegedly.
I'm sorry that things weren't always going well for you, but now you made yourself a victim on purpose. Screw you. You're an embarrassment to the uniform. And now you're suing. Oh, I'm suing. I'm hurt.
If he was really that scared from the very beginning, he could have put his hands out of the window and said, "Officer, I'm afraid to reach for my seatbelt. Please come unbuckle me and open my door, and I will gladly step out of the vehicle."
Which is easy to say
I don't
Monday
think-
morning, but I hear you.
True.
I don't think he's
Well,
gonna
later on in
win
the video,
because
though.
when it all come down to
Yeah.
it, he didn't have the license plate where it's supposed to be.
But check this out.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Listen! Take off your seatbelt and get out of the car!
Look, I'm just gonna please.
You're gonna do what you're told. Get out!
Now you hear the word please.
Mm-hmm.
He
Now he's
has-
groveling.
He has them take out seatbelt.
Of the car!
Look,
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
Look.
Take your seatbelt off!
look, my hands are out.
Take your seatbelt off and get out of the
My
car!
hands are out.
Don't reach in there, Daniel. Don't reach in there.
My hands are out. Please. Please, look. This is really messed up.
Again, I don't care much for the cop, the big guy, the former Marine, but
Why don't one of the cops go around on the other side of the vehicle,
I
open
don't
up
know
the door, and
either,
hit the
He
button?
just told him not to.
Man, it make more common sense, isn't it?
My dog is in the back. My dog is choking right
Get out of the car!
how do you know your dog's choking? I don't hear no dog choking. Dude,
I don't even hear a
dogs
dog.
choke?
Yes, dogs
Yes,
choke.
dogs 100% choke.
This dog must be in the like his owner a pussy. Okay.
If that, let me
Pepper
tell
spray?
you this.
No.
The dog's not. I haven't heard the dog
Okay.
once.
It'll
If I
fill the whole
could-
thing full of pepper spray. You
I've-
spray it
I've
in
heard
there.
I
a
have
whine,
three
a
large
whimper.
dogs. Three large dogs. If I take my wussiest golden retriever,
Right.
110-pound golden retriever, that's my wussiest dog. He would be going absolutely,
saying.
you know
Well, look,
what?
I hate dogs worse than I
barking,
hate cops. But let's not pick
carrying
on the
on.
dog here. All right.
Don't worry. He puts ketchup on his steak.
Oh my gosh, I forgot he did.
Take your seatbelt off. What are you, a specialist? Corporal, are you? I'm a lieutenant. Lieutenant.
I'm a lieutenant.
He
So
does
you're
look
a
like
private.
Sham Mafia right there.
I'm a lieutenant.
He does look like a member of the Mafia.
And listen, I love the officer side and the illicit side, but I'm just
Sure.
saying,
Sure.
you're a nobody. That's what you got to learn. And to be somebody, you got to recognize when you're nobody. Hence this show.
You kind of wonder.
Get out of the car. Take your seatbelt off. And you made this way more difficult than it had to be. You just
Nazario.
complied. Get out of the car.
I'm reaching for my seatbelt.
Fine. Take your seatbelt off and get out of the car.
See, there you go. You could have done that 30
Straight
minutes
on
ago.
the ground.
Straight on the ground.
See that? All fuzzy.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that now be considered some type
Straight
of
onto the
resistance?
ground.
Some kind of what?
Ma'am.
Is your commanding officer
Down.
available?
Actually,
Let's go.
Is your commanding
your-
officer available?
I want to speak to the manager.
Oh, sir, your commanding officer is going to get notified and be available real soon.
100%.
Is your commanding
Let's
officer
go.
available?
He's got 5 million.
Get on the ground.
This guy sucks at PT. He's got a belly.
Hey, those jackets bunch up.
No.
No.
He looks like he's wearing a pregnant woman's
So judgmental.
BDU.
Get on the ground.
Not judging, observing.
That's true. That is
Please
true.
talk to
Get
me
on the
about what's
ground
going
now.
on.
I take a little
Get on the ground. You're getting
personal.
sprayed again. Get on the ground.
Can you please talk to me about what's
Get on
going
the ground.
on?
Get on the ground now.
Can you please talk to me
Get on
about
the
what's
ground.
going
Get on the ground.
They still haven't told him why he was getting pulled over, though.
No, they haven't.
Now, do they have to?
Yes.
Well, yes, they have to.
At
But
this
to,
point, no.
they got-
After resisting,
to be fair,
No, when they pull you over,
If only
you
we
know
had a
what I'm saying?
lawyer.
They supposed to take your ID.
Are you
Go back. You know what I'm saying? I've been pulled over a couple times.
yes. After every time the police officer has told me what I did, what I did that he pulled me over for, it is after I've already identified myself. After he knows I am not a threat. After he has come up to my car and determined that there's nothing in my vehicle that can harm him. That is when he tells me
I know,
what has happened.
by him not stopping for a mile and a half, kind of says, "Hey, there could be a threat here."
Or
Yeah.
He called that in, though, didn't he?
No, he didn't.
He did he call it
He
in?
never called. That's what I'm saying. He should have called.
He should have called it
dispatch.
asked for backup because he's not stopping. He
Oh,
shoulda
the
did-
cop?
Yeah.
There is backup there.
yeah, there's
Nah,
two police
I'm
officers.
I'm
there.
talking about on that mile. In
Oh,
the
I
alley.
don't know. I
You
don't
know what
know.
I'm saying? He
I
should
don't
have called
know.
for backup
Oh.
right then and there.
Oh, I'm sure he
I think
did.
he,
but
I think he did because they've already got multiple cars there.
What's
Yes, sir.
going on?
You're not.
Can you please talk to me about what's going on? Why am I being treated like this? Why?
You're not cooperating. Get on the ground.
Why am I being treated like this?
This case
It's really
gonna
messed
go.
up. Come on, sir.
You don't think the guy has a chance of winning his lawsuit, Barry?
No, he got a chance,
Okay, why?
but he got a chance because
Yeah.
the rate that they treating him still ain't telling them why he got pulled over.
Do you believe there's a law that says before they can arrest you or ask you to get out of the car, they have to first tell you why?
They can contain you.
Detain,
You know,
right? Yeah.
They can detain you. The what is it?
But I don't think they have to. But there has to be a reason, especially what is it? Would it be under a Fourth Amendment right?
I'm not aware of any law that requires them to tell you why you're being arrested when they arrest you.
Well, to be fair, Joe, they don't abide by your constitutional rights. That
Now-
happens all the time.
Now, in a traffic, it's different. If it's a traffic stop, there's difference.
What's the difference?
The difference is
probable cause. That
Yes.
does to give them the right to go around the Fourth Amendment and just search your stuff without your
No,
consent.
hang on a second.
if
hang on a second.
they if you're on the streets, if you're driving on the streets and you don't have, and I've seen this with when I watch these videos of what kind of citizens are they called? The sovereign citizens, right?
Yes.
You know, where they don't have license
they all
plates,
in
they
this
don't
way.
do right,
They won't get out of the car. They refuse to answer who their name is.
and
you
they
know,
never win in court.
No, this guy's doing the same thing as the sovereign citizens, which is refusing to get out
Identify,
of the car, refusing
right.
to do those kinds of things. I'm not aware of any law that requires them to explain to you before you get on the ground why you ought to get on the ground. In fact, the law is the opposite. If you're resisting, say you're charged with resisting arrest, the law specifically says even if they were arresting you for the wrong reason or by accident or shouldn't have been arresting you in the first place, resisting arrest is still a crime. That is, imagine they think they think I'm Joe Padula. Joe Padula's on the run. They're looking for Joe Padula. They come and they grab me and they arrest me and put me on the ground and say, get on the ground, Oh, and then it turns out later they got the wrong guy.
Right.
Still, if I were to resist arrest, even though I wasn't the real Joe Padula and I wasn't the criminal they were looking for, assuming this scenario, it would still be a crime for me to resist arrest, even though their arrest was wrong.
Lawyer Wayne?
Because they don't want people fighting the cops, right? They don't want innocent people to fight the cops on the street.
Correct.
They want them to comply, identify themselves, let the investigation happen, then sort it out
But
later.
at the same time, I don't want a cop, and I love the cops, but I don't want a cop just coming up to me for no reason. Hey, give me your ID.
Well, do you want to know
Do you know
Virginia
what I mean?
law?
That's harassment.
Yeah, what? I agree, babe. What's the Virginia law?
In the Commonwealth of Virginia, the officer has no obligation to tell you why you're being stopped, so long as the reason is there. The court will find the officer justified in making the stop.
So yeah. That's a whole different law up there. So.
Sorry. You know this is fucked up.
To be honest with you, if you're in Virginia, you're in their state, and you're saying this is effed up, and you got to know the state laws of wherever you are. You got to.
And it's a Commonwealth, which makes it much different, like Kentucky.
It's the question of how you're supposed to react with cops, even if they're doing wrong. Let's assume for the purposes of this argument that they were wrong. They shouldn't have approached them with guns drawn, that maybe what happened off camera before this started gave them no justification. All right, let's assume they were in the wrong for doing that. I'll grant you. If an ordinary person pulls a gun on me and yells at me to get out of my car, I have every right to drive off and run away.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
If he thinks the cops had no good reason to approach him with guns drawn, that they were acting entirely badly, right? He still doesn't have the right to jump in his car and drive off. He doesn't have the right to pull his gun, which he has, and start shooting back because the cops were treating him wrong, right? That's not what we want to encourage people to do. And so for that, this is playing out in the same way we used to watch those videos of the sovereign citizens, and we thought it was pretty funny because they'd all refuse to get out. The cops would have to break their window and drag them out, and they'd yell,
Boat pirates.
Right.
And it's funny when the sovereign citizen does it, but when an ordinary citizen does it, it's not funny.
No,
right?
and that's
because we don't think of them as a crazy person.
Especially if that ordinary citizen is wearing the military uniform.
That makes it. I know that has clearly riled you up a bit.
Oh,
100%.
A little.
The
little bit.
The idea that we would hold a veteran to what? To a higher standard.
A higher standard.
I don't consider him a veteran.
Maybe. But
he's an active duty service member.
Can I point out real quick? If I caught it correctly, he has a yin yang looking patch on his shoulder. That is the 29th Infantry Division, which is a National Guard unit based in Virginia.
If
which means that he doesn't have to be infantry. National Guard units are just National Guard units. You got everybody from the National Guard in that.
And I love our National Guard brothers and sisters and whatever you guys identify over there in the NG. But
imagine
National
how this might have been.
Are veterans though? I mean, I have a friend who deployed 3 times and came back. And
yes, I'm just busting chops.
Well,
I mean, they deployed to Katrina. They did a great job over there battling water.
Assuming the cops are completely in the wrong, you always want to ask yourself, can you learn from this? What if he had responded differently? What if he had put his hands out when they asked him to? What if when they asked him to step out of the vehicle, he had stepped out of the vehicle? He probably would have had a pretty good lawsuit at that point, right? Because he would have been entirely just the victim. Not, what if when he stepped out and they said, get on the ground? He said, no problem, get on the ground.
Well, there wouldn't have been a lawsuit at all because he's just complying to what the police said. And then at that point.
Let's watch what happens after everything calms down.
Okay.
All right.
Lay on the ground. Just lay flat. Lay flat for me, sir. You know this is fucked up. Sir, lay flat. Lay flat. This is fucked up. I can't fucking believe I'm being treated like this. And I'm fucking angry.
You're a pussy, sir. You don't know why you're being treated like this? I can't do this. Not with this guy wearing the uniform.
Look,
you fucked up.
Yeah, it's definitely this guy's fault.
It's the cops' fault too. Let's not let them off here. They escalated the situation first.
If the guy would have
from what we see on camera.
But the guy didn't pull over for a mile and a half.
There's enough
if
blame.
the guy would have put the tag on his vehicle, and he never would have gotten pulled over.
I'm done with this victim stuff because of my color. Okay, it's not the situation here, and he's trying to play that role. Hence the lawsuit.
I believe the cop is 100% in the right here, and here's why. This exact thing has happened to me, minus the pepper spray. The cop told me to get out of the car. I got out of the car. I was handcuffed and thrown on my hood. I did exactly what they said, and you know what happened to me? I got a simple ticket for speeding. That was it. Instead of whatever the crap is about to happen here.
Sir, can you just work with us? Can I just
There
work
you go.
with us? Lay
Just
down
comply.
flat. Hold on. Lay down flat. Lay down flat.
Sir, lay down, I'm gonna tase you. Lay down, you're gonna get tased.
Fucked up.
Lay down, you're gonna get tased.
Thought he said lay down on the taser. I was like,
No, lay down or you're going to get
Put
tased.
your Put your hands behind your back.
This is fucked up.
see, why is he still resisting right here?
About to be panicking at this point. Get pepper sprayed and get in a situation like
Because
that.
in his mind, he thinks it's still messed up. That's why. That's why he's resisting.
Right.
He doesn't have the mental capacity or the intelligence to understand.
Listen.
All right. Halo 3. One in custody. This is fucked up. Can you open up the window for my dog? I hear him choking. Can you open up the window, please?
No, the door's open. He can breathe.
Yes, we will.
Stand up, okay? This is fucked up. Is there any weapons on you, sir? No. Okay. Any weapons in the vehicle? Yes. Okay. What kind? Where in the at?
What kind of dog you got?
Shih Tzu.
He's mixed. He's a service animal.
It's a little chihuahua. Oh, a service animal. Oh, my gosh.
I'd be scared of a chihuahua.
Oh my gosh!
It's a
It's a service
service
animal
animal?
for his PTSD, probably, Joe.
Yeah.
I would imagine so.
Did
It's an
he
emotional
really say
support
it's
dog.
a service
Yeah.
animal?
Yeah.
That what he said?
After unloading all those Connaxes and having to reload them, Joe, that
Hey, that's-
messes with you.
That's
does.
Virginia guard right there. He does DC, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got cookies from the first lady and had to survive that crap.
I know. He had to sleep in a garage. Can you believe that? Do you know how many times I
Oh
wish
my
I could have
God.
slept
Did
in a
he
garage?
say a service animal? If someone needs a service animal, should they even be in the military active duty?
I wouldn't think so. I bet he's, you know what my logic is, and I hate these people. I really do.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's a
He's
actually,
probably talking about an emotional support animal,
That's
which
what I'm
is
saying.
not the same damn thing as a service animal.
Well, hold on, Joe. That's a good point. He said in the video that he's actively serving this country. He's not. He's in the National Guard. He does it for 1 week in a month and 2 weeks out of the year. That
But
is
that
not-
might have been his 2 weeks. You don't know.
that's a good point, Lawyer Wayne.
Or
But
he could've been
also,
just doing
good point.
And this was December last year.
Yeah.
He's in Virginia. He might have been out there with well, no, that there's nothing really going on
Yeah,
back
yeah.
then. But
Give it a
were
couple
not.
weeks there, Lawyer.
yeah,
Wayne.
soon.
My partner put his blue lights
See,
on.
now I don't like him because
you
he's
didn't stop.
confusing a service dog with an E ESA.
Here, listen to this.
Now he's
So,
finally
yeah.
breaking it down.
So now they're explaining the situation.
He's mixed. He's a service animal.
Wrong part to rewind to. I'm trying to like him. Okay,
I'm not.
I'm trying to like anyone that's in the uniform.
But you want to try to
I'm
see
not.
things from everybody's perspective. if you can.
Absolutely.
There's one hero in this whole video, and this is a rookie. He's doing everything by the book.
Yeah, the quiet cop.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the quiet cop is also the first one that pulled over and said, "Put your hands out with the gun drawn." Do you know what I
That-
mean?
Because
Yeah.
he
I
was told to by
imagine
the-
they
And I
would
get that, too.
probably had planned to do that at some point during the drive.
Right.
That wasn't a spur of the moment.
No,
You weren't. You were not. My partner put his blue lights on.
Yes.
You didn't stop.
I was pulling over to a well-lit area for my safety and yours. I have.
Get the hell out of the
Nah,
army.
You got the right to say that now.
You're
though.
damn right, but get the hell out of the army. You
He better
pussy.
say that now.
Respect for law enforcement.
No, you don't.
It's,
No, you don't. No. Wrong.
No,
I
he
wonder
doesn't.
if he does, though.
He doesn't.
What's the question?
What if he's an MP?
He said, "I respect law
He
enforcement."
probably do. He probably didn't like the way that the cop.
He would
you
have
know,
the MP patch on. You know it.
I bet he does. I bet he still does respect law enforcement, but he respects himself even more.
Yep.
Okay?
He
Jordan
believes that he
Wilson.
is superior to
Right.
the law enforcement
Jordan
Yes,
Wilson
sir.
says purposeful resistance and diversion.
with a
You did?
little.
We would not be in this
What's up,
situation
Jordan?
right now.
Can
All
I
right?
get some water, please?
Absolutely. Set it right on this curb right here.
Can I get some water, please? Sure, absolutely.
Yeah, look how cool they're being to him now that he's complying.
See, and this is the point I was making. If he would have complied as soon as he got pulled over,
Look, he's got man tits.
Bam.
Oh,
And we're flagged. No.
look!
Nazaro. it
With
looks
the friggin' fuzzy patch. I was so disappointed when I joined the army and it wasn't just a bunch of America. Right. I got my real taste of disappointment when I found out my roommate name was Petey. Okay, Petey.
Oh gosh.
Wake up in the middle of the night. Stop doing that. You're gonna go blind.
He had a bad cough, is what Joe's trying to say.
You'll need a service dog.
Just making sandwiches, Joe.
Man, you're gonna need a shave profile for that palm of yours. Calm down.
I got them all in. I'm choking. I got them all in. We already opened. I'm going to go grab a bottle of water. All right, Joe. You good with that?
Yeah. Sit down there.
No one's raising their voice. No one's being combative now that he's doing what they said.
Hey, what's up?
I really want to see this cop walk in here, throw cash out on the table, and get a bottle of water.
Whatever. I'll come back and pay for it. I'm just going to get 2 bottles.
Bam.
Yeah, no.
Look at that. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Like,
That's a good cop right
Do you
there.
know what I mean? Shit, man.
Spending his hard-earned money to help this dude that was just not complying to him.
Oh, he's probably not going to come back and
And
pay
look
for
at
it.
this. Look
He's
at
probably
this.
just going to steal it.
All of the headlines.
Commandeering 2 bottles of water.
All the
It's
headlines
commandeering.
I have of this guy, I pull it up. All right.
Oh, watch, he's going to grab a beer when no one's looking.
Now look what the big story is. His uncle's Eric Gardner. Do you remember who Eric Gardner is?
Why does
do
that
not.
sound familiar?
Okay.
Hands up, don't
Wasn't
shoot.
he a shooter?
The guy that died in police hands in New York got choked out. Do you
Okay.
remember?
I
Oh,
do not.
yeah.
I'm getting that from the Washington Post. Ooh.
So what does that say? Jeez.
It means he's still a pussy that shouldn't be wearing the uniform.
Hey, real quick, somebody commented and said
Yeah.
complying to oppressors is every rapist's dream. I'm just a little confused. Like, who is the oppressor here?
Yeah.
Because all the guy in the uniform had to do was, yes, I will get out of the car. I will let you put me in handcuffs so you can explain to me the situation. I understand that me being in a, license plateless vehicle with super dark windows and a big SUV like that, probably pretty threatening.
I think their point is, if it had been criminals pulling him over to rape him, he should not have complied.
Yeah, but
Well, the person
that's-
also
We agree
says
with that.
earlier.
That's a
argue
terrible
with that.
analogy.
That's
No,
a horrible
it
analogy.
is horrible. But
Well-
the person also says earlier, if the cops go around beating innocents,
treating innocents.
I can't see it. Sorry, guys.
Uh-huh.
It's stop around treating criminals or innocents like criminals. Then why do we even have police? So that sort of gives me insight as to who
Here's the
he
thing,
believes
And
maybe
it's just
the
proven
oppressor
guilty,
is.
right?
The guy was driving in an illegal fashion
Yeah.
without the identification on
It's
the
all-
back of the
It
car.
all started without a license. plate.
Right.
Criminal.
And that is
Breaking the law.
That's an offense.
Yes.
A traffic offense that ensues a traffic pullover.
Yes.
An interaction between law enforcement and the
The
civilian.
question of whether he had committed a crime worth being pulled over, I think, is clear. We know that. The question is, when they escalated the situation, were they in the wrong? Perhaps.
Right.
Were his responses wrong? Yes. Now that the situation seems to have calmed down, everybody's getting back to normal. and
Right,
moving
right.
on.
To the point where the guy's buying water for crying out loud.
Can I speak on that one real quick, though?
Yeah.
Sorry, Joe. I know. We're trying to get over this one and get
Yeah,
on to the next
no,
segment.
we-
But what Lawyer Wayne's been saying is,
Oh, today's the segment. That's it.
I
you
read
later.
about it, and they initiated it and they turned it up to a felonious stop, which
Right.
is when they pull you over with guns drawn and everything.
Yeah.
Once he started doing the mile-and-a-half thing, they thought
Yeah.
that they had enough of a right to make
It's
it a felonious stop.
evading arrest at that point.
Yeah.
If you refuse to pull over, and the question become that it's a good one. Like, how far can you keep driving till you find the place that you want to pull over that they consider it not be in?
Yeah,
as you said,
that's another good
Honestly,
point.
Well,
you could probably
the car-
drive for 30 minutes as long as you call 911, like Joe was saying, and say,
That
hey,
helps.
the
the
let
no
them
tag
know.
thing, I'm
Flashers.
sure was part of the factor.
Right.
Them deciding, hey, this is a suspicious situation. We gotta go in.
Black SUV,
Guns
tinted
out.
windows. Yeah.
Yeah.
The window tint right there. I mean,
Well,
that
did-
kind of puts
did
them
they
in a
think
whole
he was
nother
doing OJ?
subcategory of people. Yeah.
A slow speed chase.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing a whopping 37 miles an hour down the road.
He'd be like, don't get the bottle of water. I get the cup.
I know. I was just thinking that.
She got that big gulp, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Is that a giant box of Tito's vodka?
Heck yeah, it is. No, they probably just got the box from
Yeah.
the liquor store.
That'll be
Okay.
okay for now. Thank you.
Looking
See
at a
the
gas
mess
station?
back there? Why don't they call health and codes?
Yeah,
Look
seriously.
at
Actually, I
this.
went.
Ma'am, I'm going to come back to pay for this water, and we're going to talk about this.
Yeah, now that's oppression.
That'll be okay for now. Thank you.
Oh, she gave him a cup of water instead of a bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said, nope, no bottled water for you.
I
Yeah.
just stocked them up.
Okay, now would the cop be in the wrong if he walked up and just threw it in his face? Because that's what he's wanting the water for.
Honestly, I've been sprayed with pepper spray. That would be a welcome.
I don't know if the water.
Okay, look. So now they got the fire
Water's
truck
not
there.
gonna do a whole
Yeah,
lot.
well, health.
Yeah, they got
Ambulance.
EMT there. Yeah.
Yeah, EMT. Well, here's the thing, okay? Here's my prediction. Is that tap water? Is that
I was
tap?
just thinking that.
Fuck.
I can
How
only.
could you do this to me? Is this tap?
I could only drink Dasani or Fuji.
It has to be Fiji. No, go back, get the Fiji.
Filter it twice.
You can't put milk on me.
I'm a
You guys are awful.
lieutenant.
Hey,
This is not
maybe
reverse
he's afraid of
osmosis.
cops. You know,
He could be afraid of cops.
maybe
but
he's been convinced by media or
by
personal
media,
experience.
and that's what I'm saying.
Maybe he had bad
that's
experience with
why-
the cops
Media's
as a
lying
kid.
to you. Same thing that whoever wrote the oppressing comment. Media is
'Cause
lying to you.
The next
Yep.
time he gets pulled over by cops, you think it's going to go better? He's going to be paranoid now.
He just needs to
He's
pet
going to be with
his.
the last time.
He needs to pet his service dog.
Dark over there. Those areas are dark. I did not feel comfortable. Those areas are dark. I have here a cup of water.
Yeah, you felt comfortable eating that extra cheeseburger, didn't you, bud?
Look at this.
Come on.
Look at this.
Hey, hey, National Guard.
He is a little fluffy.
He's ready to. He's ready to
Maybe he's
go.
wearing his winter gear.
Yeah, he's got his sniffle gear on, you pussy.
Does he?
Don't waterboard him.
Don't waterboard him, Bay.
Yeah, hey, grab that paper bag. in the
What they
trash
said,
right
just
there.
lean back.
Eric, you're going to be happy about this. See the cop on the right, the former Marine, the corporal?
Yeah.
Fired.
What?
Old Farva.
Yeah.
Fired.
Too aggressive.
Over
Fired.
over this?
Over this. Fired.
Oh my gosh.
They're right here beside you.
You say, oh my gosh, now, but he just made Virginia police popular in a bad way.
Didn't he?
No, this second lieutenant made Virginia police unpopular.
I'm sure if the rookie took lead on this one, this thing would have never been a thing.
And here's the thing. He is doing no service for the National Guard with actions like this. You already got this pussy label on you, all right? Let's just be honest about it, okay? Sorry, kids. You can't listen to the show. But my dad's like, yes, tell him. He was Air Force.
Go back and play on your
Air
iPad.
Force.
Well, I mean, what do you expect when you hear LT in the National Guard anyway, Joe? This is pretty much what I think that I might see.
You are shitting on that uniform, and that pisses me off. If I was a cop, I'd probably be angry about the cop.
My cousin
More
was
angry about the cop because I would understand. I just can relate to that. What about you, cousin?
my cousin was in the National Guard, and
What was her name?
well, so every time he went out anywhere, he like always had his dog tags hanging out and everything. I joined the active duty and came back, and we had a conversation real quick. He cut that crap
You
out
damn
real quick,
effing right.
real quick.
I blame Hollywood for the dog tag trap.
Yeah, that's a Hollywood thing.
Yep.
I don't know anyone who's a true veteran who's actually seen combat who actually walks around like that, though. I mean, to me, it's like you can just talk to someone and you can almost tell. As a civilian, you can almost
he
tell.
might have been even if he was driving home from post to his home or whatever. All right.
Well,
I'm just saying, usually veterans don't have that sense of
I'm
entitlement.
not going to jail. I need something to be done for my eyes.
Now you need. This guy's so demand. I'm done with them. Listen, stop it. You're in the service. You throw that victim shit out the window.
Yep.
You're in the service now, pal. All right? Doesn't matter what color you are, what race you are, what creed you are. When you're overseas fighting, that doesn't give a damn.
Okay, so we got our response from the YouTube guy.
Oh, yeah?
He says, what? Since when are the cops not oppressors? Their whole existence is to use violence to conquer all civilians. Yeah, the media is lying about that, but doesn't change the
That's
fact
right.
that cops
Let me
oppress.
ask him this. To the guy on YouTube that said that, how about this? Okay, let's get rid of gun control so I can make sure I'm protecting myself against the cops. How do you feel about that?
air assault.
Okay? Right? Fair question, right? If
Okay.
these cops are oppressors, stop with this gun control stuff. Let me buy what I want to buy, when I want to buy it, and how much I want to buy it,
I don't know. I think I agree.
and attack the cops.
I'm watching
So,
it. It's a question
they're
mark. So we
oppressors-
we don't have a
Yeah.
name for
Yeah,
this
yeah, I
person,
know,
so-
I know.
well, to
I
his
know.
point,
Someone that has a question mark as a
If you-
profile name, I
Yeah.
always question.
to his point, it's just the cop's job is to use violence to conquer all civilians. If by which we mean make the civilians obey the laws of the United States and of the states that they live in, yes, that is exactly the job of a cop. If oppression is to force you to obey the law, right? That is the goal of the police. Yeah, and as sort of pseudo-libertarian. I chafe at that, and I think cops are pretty bad.
Hell yeah, guns
Hell
for
yeah,
all.
guns for all.
That's
We're
what I'm
cool
saying.
again. We're cool.
But on the other
Cops are
hand,
bad.
I kind of accept that I'd rather have cops out there enforcing the law than us just go on. Everybody walking around with a gun on their hip.
I would love to go to the Wild West.
Letting the I don't know, man.
Let me tell you, Back to the Future 3.
No, you would.
Mad
You would
Dog.
be wearing
Mad
that.
Dog Tanner.
Hey, Joe.
You would
No,
be
you
wearing
wouldn't.
that
Yeah.
stuff.
I don't like speed limits. I don't like speed
Why-
tickets,
why
but
not,
I don't
babe?
want you
First
driving
off-
as fast as you want to
For
anytime you feel
real.
like
Hey,
it.
why not?
Soon as you
Real.
step into a southern town with your accent,
No, I can fake the accent. Here, listen.
No, you can't.
Not very well.
Joe, say
you
no,
can't.
no, Joe, say water.
Now, here's my thing. Hey, y'all.
Right.
I'm
No.
looking for a game of poker.
Are you from Minnesota?
I don't know, man.
William Davis
Where's-
says laws were made to be broken, or else there would be
That's
no
right.
need for
Where's
the
the
court
problem?
system.
That's what the Matrix says, and I'm with him.
right?
You notify 801.
If nobody
See,
ever broke the law, we wouldn't need the law,
I
right?
would have been paranoid in that one police car getting pulled over on the interstate because I didn't see no lights on top and no police.
Because of
Well, the lights on top are in the top of the windshield.
Yeah.
The top of the front windshield.
I
But
refuse
but
to go
yeah.
to
Yeah,
see that.
you know the unmarked cars now. You got to be.
Hold on.
I don't disagree with the finding a well lit place.
No, I don't either.
intelligent conversation with them. Driving all the way down here. First of all, you pass a well-lit parking lot there, but okay, you felt hold on, you felt more comfortable
Now
here.
he got
okay?
his mask on.
Coming here was not the problem. That was not the problem. The problem is when you refuse to get out of the car. Okay, you refuse to get out of the car. When we got here and you stepped out of the car, I can promise you this would have been over by now.
Yep.
So why did he get fired,
It would have been
Joe?
over. You'd be gone.
Woke culture.
Look,
Yep.
like he said,
Because he got sued.
Because he
And you know
because
what?
he did his job.
But
That's why
the
he got fired.
lawsuit.
I think there's some blame for the cops. I think they
It
escalated
is.
it.
I was
They
curious
did.
about the
No.
what were the reasons they gave?
know.
for
This is
firing
why
him?
the media needs to be sued.
When you make that call and say this is a dangerous situation or not when you're approaching a vehicle with no license plate and you don't know who's I don't know the answer to that.
Well-
There's probably a book somewhere for the cops are supposed to read to tell them when, but
The rookie cop who that's what started the body cam footage. As soon as he got out, he said on the radio, "This is a felony traffic stop," and that's when he pulled his gun out and initiated with telling the guy to get out of the car.
Well, clearly Virginia laws are much different. I mean, just based on what we saw. So I think that it's sort of, in order to wrap it up, it's like, it's hard to really say unless you have evidence of what occurred before the stop and unless you know the Commonwealth of Virginia laws. I mean, it's,
Both officers are being investigated.
which I
I
think,
have a better idea. How about just, if a cop tells you to get out of the car after if you've, led him on a 1.5-mile chase, how about you just get out of the car?
You know what they're using you know what they're investigating?
What's that?
The drawing of their guns, pointing them at
Yeah.
the lieutenant, and using a slang term.
What slang
Lightning.
term?
ride the lightning.
Ride the
He
lightning.
was just
oh.
quoting a
Just-
really
Oh.
Metallica
He
He
album.
had Metallica in
Well,
his
nah,
album.
you know how police they got to be.
Yep.
They got to be on point
Politically
about
say you're
everything.
going to ride the
here's
lightning.
the
That's
thing.
not policy.
Here's what he's suing him for. He's saying that they said that and was insinuating facing execution. You pussy.
That's not what ride the lightning means.
That is
Hold on.
ridiculous.
Say that
I
again.
cheer.
He was scared.
Say that again, Joe.
He said that the
Suggest that
insinuation
he
was
was facing execution.
ride the lightning being.
The electric chair, I guess.
You're a dumb kid.
Does anyone use it to mean
I
that?
hope
Hold on,
I've
hold on.
never heard that.
So he-
I hope
That
you find
was-
Jesus, sir.
That was freaking genius.
What?
Bays are impressed.
What man? That oh my God, that was genius.
Well, look at the
What's
Metallica
genius?
album.
He
I mean,
he
it's
called
a-
he called a lawyer and he was like, "Hey, what do I have with this?" And it got lawyer. That's the only thing he could come up
Ride
with.
the lightning. Yeah, that's a Metallica album. I think maybe it does.
It is.
It's
man.
an electric chair, yeah.
Yeah.
You ever seen The Green Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have the album has an electric
Yeah.
chair.
Yeah.
Man, he's got a good lawyer.
I told
Ride the
you.
Yeah, he
lightning.
does.
That sounds
Yep.
like they're threatening your life with
Yep.
execution.
Yep.
Wow.
No wonder you can't get out.
I told
So in the infantry.
lawyers.
If he'd shot the cop, would he have been
All
had
right,
a good
all right.
self-defense argument?
We got-
He said I was going
We
to ride
gotta
the
move
lightning.
forward. We got Wicked Good trivia tonight every
Oh, I'm on
Thursday
board.
night.
I'm going to Wicked Good tonight.
Woo, it's all heated up.
I'm ready
Boy.
for my
I'm gonna
$2
go ride the lightning.
Budweiser.
Lawyer Wayne, what'd you learn on the show today?
Oh, I'd take this guy's case.
Yeah? Oh, you
all the
damn
way.
lawyers.
They threatened to make him ride the lightning.
Ride the
Would
lightning.
you take the cop's case?
Yes, also. Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. The cop never,
I think they have-
should have said that slang term. I
think
agree.
I think they both have a good case.
I agree. It's gonna be
Which-
interesting.
Ride the lightning in cop slang.
Oh, my
means
God.
Get tased.
Tased.
Virginia doesn't even use the
But
electric
in
chair.
Metallica, it means
Electric chair.
electric chair.
Metallica.
Red Pill Jam, what'd you learn on the show today?
But how old was
I don't know.
I learned that, by God, if you're in Virginia and you get told to pull over and get out, you better get the you-know-what out of your vehicle.
Just talk to us.
Start
do that
kissing
everywhere.
things.
Just
Actually, for real, it's common sense. Just just comply.
It's not compliance. Here's the problem that I think some people think complying means. It's not a sign of weakness.
No.
It's beginning the solution.
Correct.
Hey, oh, yeah, here's my identification. It's right here. Because it was in the car.
Yeah.
It just wasn't posted.
If anything, compliance is a sign of being strong. It's a sign of strength because it's showing, hey, I'm a big enough person to say to you, hey, all right, let's work together.
Right.
If
But-
you're given the opportunity to de-escalate the situation, try to do that.
But you
Yes.
chewing your gum with that mustache? Oh,
And it
Little-
was the
little, like,
look and the
goatee
hanging
thing.
out the window
Oh,
and
you
just
tough guy.
running the camera.
You gotta treat an
and-
active
Right.
duty guy like this.
right. And
Oh
then
my
please, I'm a lieutenant.
What a mess.
You ain't lying.
What'd you learn on the show today, Chief?
I mean, I didn't really learn anything, to be honest with you.
Oh,
but
come on, one thing.
What?
You learned about ride the lightning?
Just no, I
There
didn't
you go.
actually. So
you knew about that already.
He knows everything.
So hold on a second. So in the active duty army, right, where people are actually, anyways. So we consider ride the lightning when you're firing a machine gun and something malfunctions in the machine gun and you let go of the trigger, but the machine gun continues to fire. That's riding the lightning to me.
Okay.
That has happened a couple times, and it is one of the most awesome experiences.
I've had it happen to me with my Uzi, actually.
They were yelling at me like, why are you still firing? And I just held up the trigger
Can't help
mechanism.
it.
They're like, all right, go ahead.
It's lag.
Yeah.
It's lag.
We didn't get no flags today, though.
Ride the lightning
Shocking.
for me is
Oh,
see,
geez.
lightning was my nickname back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So ride the lightning. Of
course it was,
boyfriend
Joe.
had to use.
Ride the lightning. And it was a den set. That's really. It was just bored to death. What'd you learn on the show today? What do we got? Oh, there he is. That's
Oh,
all
look
right.
at that. The
Our names
corner
are
has
on.
actually got some light there.
Yeah.
I'm Chief Wiggins.
I know.
Somebody give me a
We
freaking
Lawyer
donut
Wayne
over
was
here.
did the
singing
musical
today.
chairs. Eric, what'd you learn on the show today?
Joe, this reminds me of a time when my unit was getting investigated by CID. Yes, the whole unit was getting investigated by CID. We're not going to say, for what a while. But we were in Iraq, and I remember sitting down.
Abu Ghraib? Was that you guys?
I might as well have been in Abu Ghraib.
Oh,
but no, I
man.
was at Fob Loyalty, and they sat me down, and they said, look, son, this is what you're getting investigated for. I said, well, I would like to be able to call my lawyer.
Right.
I had lawyer Mark. He was in Philly. He was like my family's lawyer, and he was really good at what he did. But they
Your
said-
cousin Vinny?
That was my lawyer Mike, But they said that I didn't have that right. I said, no, it's Constitution. It's when you sign your line, when you sign your name on the dotted line, you get rid of any and all rights to the Constitution once you come overseas.
Yeah. Even though you raise your right hand to protect and serve it, I hear you.
Yeah, I knew it was real. Right
Yeah.
then.
Your government issue after that.
Yeah, G.I. Joe.
Yeah, so
With
I
the action
became,
grip.
I lost my E4 status shortly after
Oh.
that, and I became an E3, then
Oh.
E4 again, then E3 again.
Oh, the back and forth.
Yeah,
Oh.
all because I didn't have lawyer Wayne on my side.
There you
That's
But-
true. That's true.
But you do have the Cobra Kai shirt on, and I
I do,
respect
I
that.
do.
I love that shirt. The Cobra Kai.
I'm Eagle Fang.
Yeah, Eagle Fang. Bay, what'd you learn on the show today?
Well,
Oh, well.
it was a nice show.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
One story.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but it was good conversation though.
Yeah.
We
That
all
was-
had
yes.
we all had
Deep
different
coverage.
opinions. We all had different viewpoints.
Come to find out that Joe don't like the National Guard.
Heck no, screw the National Guard.
No, it's not that I
Go
don't
active
like it.
duty.
I just here's my backstory on that one.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Somebody took your girlfriend. Joe.
No.
The medic left him.
We just
Poor
got
nasty girl.
we just got back from Afghanistan. Okay, Kandahar, and it was a tough deployment. It really was. I mean, we lost 66 from our unit.
Oh wow.
And so we get home, and it's like a couple weeks later. They're having something at Bristol Speedway, in Tennessee. Then where's that? Bristol. Duh.
In Bristol.
Never mind. So
Forget about it.
But they gave a bunch of us single soldiers tickets to go over there, so they put me in charge of bringing the guys over there, because I was like the old single soldier.
Yeah, the number one single guy.
You were the MWR rep.
You were
all
single soldier
That's the
daddy.
CEO position. The boss rep.
All it was is, Joe, are you single? Yes. How old are you? Blah, blah, blah. All right. Take the van. You're bringing this
Oh, dang. The van, really?
van.
You got the boss.
Oh, you were that guy.
We
You're
had to
Daddy
stay
Joe.
in the armory on cots. Do you know what I mean? That's how it was.
Not a garage?
No, we didn't stay at the garage. We
Oh,
stayed on
man.
cots in the armory on the basketball court.
I'm so glad y'all didn't have to stay in a parking garage.
But we got these awesome passes to the race.
Yeah.
And we got to go to the
pits.
the pit and everything. It's awesome. But we had to be in uniform. So and we had to be dressed right, everything. Boom. I mean, you're 101st. You're not
Iron.
just a soldier. You're a 101st soldier. And
Yeah.
on top of that, you're a strike soldier.
I can't
Man,
tell you
you're
how
freaking
many times
popping that
I've
thing.
I've been told that in my life.
Right.
yes.
So also who got these special passes is the National Guard duty unit. And we're all in the same areas and everything.
With their name tapes flipped and everything.
there is just, they're popping the collar. They're running around with these beads, these like St. Patrick's Day freaking green beads over the uniform.
Sound
They,
like,
Mardi-
they got
like
their
Mardi Gras
sleeves
beads or
rolled
whatever.
up.
sound like jelly.
Yeah.
And here's the
like
thing.
jelly.
No.
Basic-
Now they
Calm down.
represent me.
Calm down.
Because
Calm down.
my soldiers are also there.
Yep.
And I hear the people's comments. Okay?
Well, and civilians can't differentiate between the two of you,
I
probably.
hear
There's a
them.
different patch on their shoulder.
It's like, but yeah, nobody notices.
Civilian-
Nobody
I
know,
notices
I
that.
know.
We don't
is
know.
not
I know,
gonna-
I know, I'm kidding.
notice.
Oh, we
don't,
noticed.
as civilians, we don't usually know this stuff.
But I'm hearing what these people are saying, like, disgusting and and you are not representing you anymore. You are representing
Yep.
the United States of America. You were an ambassador when you signed that piece of paper and raised that right hand. Sorry, my camera's flipped. That right hand.
See, Joe, that really hit home for me when I was overseas and I was interacting with like Iraqis.
Yeah.
Like they don't see me as just, oh, I'm some American soldier, whatever. Like I am representing
Right.
the whole of the United States
All
of
of
America.
it.
There was at one point one of them asked me, he was like, can you go back and tell Americans like we're not all bad people over here? And I was like, I mean, I could try.
I'll
but
try my best.
There's a lot of people there, you know what I mean?
Oh.
But
300.
Eric, right?
Yeah, what's up?
You represent the uniform.
You do.
You do. All right. We got to get out of here. Thanks for checking us out. Don't forget those comments. Sorry, we tried to get them on. Oh, someone's saying strike. What's up,
Yeah,
William?
OEF
From the
1011.
moment
Strike?
you spread your cheeks
Strike.
at maps,
10-11.
you are officially indoctrinated to the United
Yeah.
States Army.
Davis knows what I'm talking
that
about.
big green weenie.
All right. Thank you for allowing us, enabling us to have a conversation. We'll do it again on the next Joe Padula Show. America's Party with a Purpose.
Curry.
Strike.
Strike.
Strike. Absolutely.
It's the